little 2, a little bit louder 3. We want justice for farm workers.
This is it's an emblem of what's happening across the country, but where we're seeing huge divisions between large, powerful corporations and human beings who are being treated as commodities, and there's no place where where human rights and human dignity are being trampled on as in this country that I know of as badly as in Immokalee. There have been 9 convictions for slavery over the past decades, and there are thousands of workers who are treated as slaves or maybe at a level slightly above the level of slavery every day. And you know, these companies, just by spending a couple of pennies per pound, literally 1 or 2 pennies per pound more for tomatoes, that bring dignity to the lives of these workers. That 9 of the biggest food growers in the country, in the world, have already made a pledge to do it, but Publix is standing its ground. Publix is the largest supplier of tomatoes to Florida. And they're the one company that's standing its ground and saying we can do, you know, we can treat people any way we want. And that's where we're gonna put our profits, a couple of pennies of profits, over the lives and the dignity of these people and their children. And these are fellow Americans. We have to resist the seduction of the notion that we can advance ourselves as a people by leaving our poor brothers and sisters behind. We've got to go forward as a single community.
Publix says they support them, but they feel like the issues with the people who hire these folks, and they'll pay it, but they don't feel like they need to sign it.
Well, here's the truth: is that the way that the law is structured, the crew bosses are responsible, and they're the ones that are convicted and being jailed for slavery. But why is that? The reason for that is that the crew bosses do not have a lobby on Capitol Hill, but Publix does. And Publix pays its lobbyists to pay its congressmen to make sure that they don't have liability for the impact of growing their tomatoes. But they're just as guilty morally. You know, it's just that they've been able to escape legal liability by manipulating the political system.
So you're saying they're hiding behind the bosses? And
that's right. They're hiding. They put the bosses up as straw dogs, and the bosses are working with the prices that Publix is giving them. So you know, they're causing the problem. They are the problem. It's not the bosses that are the problem. It is Publix that's the problem. And you know what? There are 9 other of Publix competitors, the largest food purchasers in the country, that have already signed on to a fair food agenda. So, you know, Publix can do it, but Publix is digging in its heels and saying, you know, we're going to stop human rights right here at the door of Publix.
Why do you think they're hiding this? I mean, if they're peer
I think there's just a moral, there's a immoral culture at Publix that you don't see at the other chain stores. You know, I actually have a number of products that are in these chain stores, and I deal with them all the time. And Publix is just different than the other ones. You see, each one has a different corporate culture. And Publix has a corporate culture that tramples on human beings and says, you know, we don't care about this country, we don't care about humanity, we don't care about morality, we care about one thing, and that's our margins, and we're going to keep, you know, 1/10 of a penny. We're going to fight for it, and we don't care what it does to these people.
Pretty happy that this turnout is putting Publix out in the public.
Yeah. And thank you for being here.
No
and here's my mom. I better say hi to her.
Hey, Bobby.
Oh.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
So glad you get to come out.
No. How's my home?
Excuse me, miss. What do you think about, you know, Publix? What made you to come out? I mean, it wasn't easy for you. What made you come out and support the separate?
Because I so believe that a penny a pound, you know?
Yeah.
It would help so much. The living conditions, education, travel, life. So I'm a big believer in Immokalee.
Do you believe the corporate culture at Publix is corrupted?
Corrupt?
Yeah, and that they won't support this one more penny.
I'm not sure I'd use that word. I think it's. I think it will change.
What message are you sending by coming out tonight, this afternoon?
That people want fairness and social justice, and I think the Jenkins family will see that, and policy will be different.
Absolutely.
Ha sido, sí, difícil, pero lo hemos aguantado, no tan solo yo, sino los demás trabajadores que están también y los aliados.
It's been difficult, but we've been able to endure. Not just for me, but also the allies.
Lo más difícil ha sido para muchos de nosotros el estar lejos de nuestra familia por 6 días también.
The most difficult part for many of us has been away from our family for 6 days.
Y también sorprendidos por las respuestas de Publix, que solo se enfrascó en más como una disputa de medios de comunicación y en una cosa de derechos humanos.
But also, it's been incredibly frustrating that Publix has treated this as a public relations battle in lieu of a human rights crisis.
In terms of, you happy to be eating today?
¿Vas a comer hoy?
Vamos a empezar a comer algo hoy, sí. Por fin la familia Kennedy va a cobrar el pan con nosotros.
That's right. The Kennedy family is going to come and break bread with us.
Y por la tarde estaremos tomando una sopa.
And in the afternoon, we will have a soup.
Absolutely. With this fast, what does this symbolize when the farm workers are fasting? What symbol does that
¿Qué
project?
simboliza cuando los trabajadores agrícolas son los que están ayunando?
Nosotros no tenemos dinero como Publix para pagar lobbies en Tallahassee o en Washington para que nos pasen leyes que nos protejan.
We don't have money like Publix does to pay lobbyists in Tallahassee and Washington to advance our agenda.
Tenemos que sacrificar nuestros propios cuerpos para dejar saber nuestra verdad y pedirle a Publix que deje de mentir.
We're obligated to sacrifice our own bodies to convey our message and to get Publix to stop lying.